Hello my friends, I'm Jihondo, and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 4, the Express Only Challenge. As you can probably see, right in front of me here, blocking half my screen is my cat Devil, and just over my head is my other cat Smokey, happily sleeping away, but I'm sure he'll wake up once he figures out we're recording, because that's what he does. Anyway, I had a comment on one of the videos from White Dragons 1414. He mentioned that there was a couple spots where I had tracked down, but there was no road, so the city would not in fact grow there. So I took a quick look around the map, and if my cat will let me, I will bump this window out. And it looks like I'm thinking where he's talking about is here. Excuse me, cat, please. And again, down here in this section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly extend the loan back up just a little bit, so we can plop in some roads into those two sections, and hopefully that will help. White Dragons, if that's not the area you're talking about, or if there was another area, please leave me a comment with approximately what I should look for, like what station it's near, or what side of the city, you know, east, north, west, what have you, because those were the only two spots I could see in my quick look around, so I'll just go ahead and plunk in some road segments here. And up here. And that should help quite a bit. Excellent. And with that, we are ready to roll. And hopefully that'll help growth around the nearest stations, which will in turn make them a little bit more profitable, which would be really nice. So hopefully, that's what we're going for. That looks like our computer opponent's about to sell off this branch, which I guess is not really much of a surprise, given he's not even making enough money to pay for his property, let alone his loan. So I suppose that shouldn't be a surprise. Well, it does look like he then extended it to a further away one, maybe. Or were those, maybe those were ones that were already there. I can't remember. Either way, no matter. Either way, we'll just worry about us. We won't worry about what the opponents are doing, because they're not really in the way right now. Okay, buddy, what you doing? Well, looks like Smokey has in fact woken up, because he just kicked me in the head. Yes, kitties, thank you. Please find a spot to relax, sir. Please? Okay, I can now see precisely 10% of my screen. That's not going to work, sir. Sir? Sir? Thank you. I can see about half my screen now. I guess that's an improvement. Okay. So we went back over the 20, so we can repay that loan, and we're almost done the loan segment here, which is very nice. Because once that's done, we're working with our own money, and we can expand as we will. So there are a few spots I'd like to expand into. Clearly up here needs at least one, probably two stations. This area could probably use one. Probably will need one out here soon. Maybe not quite yet, but soon. And same with out here. So there's definitely places I'd like to expand into, but I'd like to do it with my own money instead of taking out loans for it, because I don't like loans. That's just a thing. It certainly does look like we're doing a lot better year over year than we were even just 2 years ago. Granted, we are still buying replacement vehicles often then, so maybe that's part of the problem. Okay, go up there then, bubs. You guys can share. Go ahead, or don't. Just keep crawling on me then. That's fine too. Do whatever you want to do, buddy. But whatever you do, can you do it in a way where I can still see the screen? That would be great. No, really, that'd be great. Okay. Okay. Alright. You want to go down the side of the chair? Alright, go down there then. Alright. Whatever, as long as you're happy. We're all good here. Oh, I see, so you want to paw at the monitor. from close range. I see. Okay. Well, as long as you don't knock the monitor over, I guess we'll be alright. But anyway, yeah, definitely doing really well, because even with that construction I just did, which is almost the same as the new vehicles, we're already doing much, much better this year over last year, so it's very, very good. So we should have this loan paid down pretty quick, I think, which would be absolutely awesome. And then it's just to decide whether I want to just put the expansions in first, or whether I want to get Slenningville connected first. Because in all reality, if I grow Slenningville, especially if I build roads to encourage them to grow kind of in a south-southeast kind of direction, I could probably get them to connect to Slenningville, like to get those two cities to merge as well, like these two already have. Which would be very interesting. Pause for the autosave. Coal mine is really fading out on us here, which is not so good. But it's still running, so... And the power plant seems fine. So that side's okay, so we just gotta keep our eye on this coal, make sure it doesn't disappear on us, because that would not be so good. And I just saw one about a coal mine announcing closure. I thought, you can't seriously be doing that right now. But it wasn't, it was for somebody else. But I thought the odds of that were just bad. Just terrible. Excuse me. But anyway. Yeah, we're already 3/4 of the way to paying down the next segment. Just delightful. Absolutely delightful. We're going to be our own money bosses in no time here. It hasn't taken them long to start growing towards... I mean, Lewisham and Plendon may end up connecting to each other sooner than we thought. A couple of individual squares here that didn't make it. Fix those up real quick. That looks better. That looks better. Excuse me. And then as well to decide for sure whether to connect to this side or this side. Probably do this side just to avoid the river crossing. Bridges are a little bit expensive this early on in the game, so I'll probably connect it to whichever station I put out over here. Which will probably be one here and one maybe around here somewhere. So close. Come on, guys. You can do this. There we go. Beautiful. So just one more loan to go, and then we are grooving. We can do the big loan-free sigh of relief. Well, they're starting to grow a little bit better. This used to be 120 or 140 or something. So they're starting to grow a little bit better. They're still a very tiny city and they're not growing very well, but it is definitely improving. Like I say, if they start expanding this way, they may very well end up just being absorbed. If they keep growing this way, I might get new ROM pooling for free doing it, but that could be neat too. Right now, if I place one well enough, I may be able to get this whole city with just a single capture. I put it kind of in this main little road here. I may very well have, I may not even need more than one station for Slendingville. That could be very helpful. Save a lot of money. And what might also save a lot of money is if I just build a road-only connection, not a road and tram, and just use a road vehicle like a bus to transport between, and then, you know, just connect these via the normal tram. Maybe I'll do that. That'll save some money as well. Because unless this city grows pretty quick, it's not going to need more than the one station for quite a while. So as long, like I say, as long as I place it well. And I can see right now it's going to grab pretty much everything in that center. It's only just missing the few outlining buildings, and that's not really enough to worry about. So yeah, so I'm going to put one, just a bus station here. Well, I guess a bus and freight, because I'll have to do mail as well, but and then just build a road across. And that will give us our first look at what's available just on road. Which right now are just these carriages for passengers, and come on, I said mail, please. Thank you. And yeah, they're still just the horse mail carriages, but that's okay. They have decent speeds, so I think it'll work just fine. Excuse me. Every time I look at this gets a little bit lower, and it's very concerning. Very, very concerning. Well, having said that, between the four of them, it looks like they're making just shy of 1,000 each, so if I mentally knock about 4 grand off of how we did, in all reality, it wouldn't be a huge deal anyway. We're doing well enough now that I could live without them, and it wouldn't be that big. I'm not going to deliberately get rid of them, but if that coal mine does disappear on its own, it's not going to be as devastating as I originally thought. It certainly will be noticeable as a loss, but it's certainly not going to be game-changing. There we go. We are officially debt-free. So from now on, anything we do is with our own money. And that should... Yep, having got rid of the loan completely, we get the full 50 points for having no loan whatsoever. So our score is up to 23. That's not enough to get a better looking headquarters yet, but we're getting there. Alright, so let's decide concretely where these stations are going to be. So it looks like we definitely only need 2. have full coverage, or very nearly full coverage of both these areas. Okay, and that's fine. How much do these cost? About $1,000 a piece per... Okay. So we'll put a passenger there. And the mail there. Whoops, that was bad. That was really bad. Let's fix that real quick so hopefully nobody notices. Thank you. I forgot to do that as an attached station, so it would have made connecting them very difficult. There we go. So that's part of sidings. And meanwhile over here we'll do the same sort of deal. That's part of branch. Okay. Oops, why did I close that? Duh. Duh me, that's why. Right now these two subsections aren't directly connected to each other, so I guess we'll fix that first. I don't know what the engineers that are planning the city were doing, but anyway. There, now that at least they can connect to each other, no matter how strangely that may be. And we should probably use that very same connection that I just created. I don't have enough money. Going a bit too quick. Okay. Looks like I do about 3 squares per 800 bucks, so as long as I build this nice and slow. Okay, so now they're connected. We need a nice spot for them to turn around, which I guess can be right about there. And then we need to get this connected over here to near halt. So that's going to be the one that we use to do the connection. So we need to first upgrade this bridge to support an actual track on it. And that will cost quite a bit. But it has to happen or there's no point in doing this whole... That's going to cost about $3,000. Okay. But we'll definitely do a concrete one for later, so it's a better bridge, even though it's 300 bucks more. It's a better bridge. That's not the screen I wanted. It's there we go. Now that side talks to the bridge, that side talks to the bridge. Beautiful. So we need to make some changes to our passenger and mail traffic. So near Slonhaven Halt, which is where? Right there. So right after Halt, I want you to come up to Sidings. No, not before Halt. I keep forgetting it's afterwards. So right after Halt, I want you to go to Sidings, then to Branch, and then back to Halt. That way I know you're definitely on the right path. And you are the same. So Slon, Halt. So here we're going to go to Sidings, to Branch, and back to Halt. Perfect. Alright, that gets them connected. And Halt, being a fairly busy station, will appreciate the extra traffic of being hit from both on the way in and again on the way back, so that'll be helpful. And then we will also need to connect roadside vehicles, stations, to Sidings. Need to wait for some money first. So these cost about 400 apparently. You're part of Sidings. And you're also part of Sidings. Excellent. And we can extend this road. Very expensive road, apparently. Do. Very expensive road. It's costing about 500 bucks a square to do this, which is a little bit brutal. But I think it'll be very profitable once it's done, so. Slow for autosave as usual, no problem. Well, apparently that square is extra expensive. Probably because of those extra trees. Oh, because it was connecting that side. Okay, that's fantastic. So now this road here goes all the way into exactly where we want to be. And I think I should connect it back here so I can make a circular route. I think that will be a very good idea. There we go. Beautiful. And we need some stations. Oops. Once we have 400 bucks, that is. There we go. And we will need a depot somewhere along the route. Doesn't matter too much where. Hopefully I'll actually place it facing forward this time. That was a bit of a failure on my part an episode or two ago. And it took me quite a while to figure out why no vehicles could go in or out of the depot, because the tracks was connected to the back of the building where there's no actual door. It was stellar. Very stellar on my part. There we go. Okay. Now, for mail, these are about 5,000. And the passenger one are also about 5,000. Okay. So we need to save up to about 10K. Now, having said that, some of the money is disappearing for auto renewals, so it'll be a little bit trickier to make happen than it would have otherwise been, but that's fine. I guess if I was willing to go a lot slower, it'd be a lot cheaper, but that speed is just ridiculously weak. So I think I'd rather save up and actually get a good vehicle. Rather than, you know, just buying these really terrible ones and having to build a whole lot more of them. This at least will be able to cruise back and forth at, maybe I wouldn't call it a great speed, but at least at a reasonable speed. So even though it does take a bit longer to get them, I'd say it's worth it. I guess my other option is I could temporarily re-extend a loan and do it quickly, and then just pay that back. That might actually be a good idea. Let's just do that, rather than sitting here for who knows how long. Okay, so your path shall be from the depot to Slenningville, and all here to Sidings, and then back to the depot. And right, and you are Slenningville. Yep, spelled that right. That's good. To Slonhaven. Passengers. And I think we'll have 2 of them. There we go. They are now shared on order, so that's good. And we'd like as well at least 1, probably 2 male. And again, your path shall be from Depot through Slenningville down to Slon Sidings. Let's make sure you're set. Okay, yeah, they are automatically for male. There's only 1 type. That's fine. So again, your name shall be Slenningville, Slon Haven, and you are male. And we will clone you and set your route to be can't share list. You were saying? Did I click on the wrong one? Is my control key not working? Oh. Apparently you have to click on the actual vehicle, not the number of the vehicle, and apparently that makes some difference. I will take its word for that. Anyway, all vehicles are green to go, and let's actually keep a couple of these on our screen so we can see how they're doing. Excellent. Off they go, lads. And because it sees this station's going to be busy momentarily, you'll see some of them went one way and some went the other way, so they can actually go at the same time, which is quite clever of them, actually. Quite impressed with that. We were already able to pick up 5 passengers, even though the station had literally just opened, and 3 male as well, so this will probably be a very busy station. Yep, definitely it'll be a busy station. We'll almost certainly want to clone a few more of those vehicles later, but for now, we'll just see how that goes. And again, they're going to try and use a bit of logic here to only go in 1 at a time, or, excuse me, so they can go in 2 at a time instead of just 1 at a time. Although they do have to fight with the tram traffic as well, so it's not quite as easy, but either way, these roads are definitely now rolling. Hey, it even temporarily had 2 profit. I don't like that there's not enough traffic going back. I thought this was a very busy station, but I guess there's enough trams. Oh, it was this one I was looking at. This was the busy station. Yeah, okay. This one's not that busy yet, but it will improve. But they will definitely be full on this side. This, no question. They'll be able to full load on this side. Absolutely no question. And then we'll get a good idea of how much profit they'll actually be drawing in. But it is a nice short trip, and with their speed they can do it in just a couple weeks, which isn't that bad, really. Okay, yeah, so you'll be totally fine. Even if you're only making money one way, that'll still be enough to cover its running costs without too much trouble. On the mail side, and I'm assuming on the passenger side it'll be very similar once this side gets in. Oh, it already did, and it passed. I wasn't paying enough attention. It's already on its way back, with passengers this time, so they got lucky there and managed to grab some without the trams stealing them, so I guess that was good. But yeah, these will definitely be profitable. I don't think they're going to make huge amounts of money, at least not until that station's always busy, instead of just sometimes busy, but it should definitely help. I'm surprised it doesn't think that that's enough to get the town growing, though. But who knows? Either way, they will make gentle profit, and that is good enough for me. Do I want to buy Jilin Alt? Jilin Alt is the one that has these stations here in my zone, but they're not very well placed, especially these ones. These are terribly placed. That one's too close. So, no, I don't want that. Please go away. At £2, you're overvalued, sir. You're actually, because I would also inherit their debt of a mil. So, I don't want to pay £2 to earn negative £1 million. Thanks anyway. I'm going to say no to that deal because it is absolutely terrible. If it had stations that were placed well relative to mine, and that would save me, well, even then it wouldn't be worth it because the stations don't only cost a couple hundred or at most 1,000. Or if it didn't have so much debt, then maybe, but I'm not taking on $1 million in debt, which I don't think I even can take on, just to help that out. No way. No way, no how. Speaking of debt, I should keep an eye on this. Okay, so not only were there the vehicles I bought, but also we've been doing some auto renews as well, I can see. Because I didn't have 28 to spend on vehicles, I only spent 20 on vehicles. So it clearly has auto renewed a few of its own on its way. And that's fine. Quite a few, actually. Speaking of, I guess we should check real quick. Let's make sure we don't have any, or at least not too many more that are waiting. Nope, just a pair of them. That's not too bad. Okay. So it's just 2 more auto renews that are to filter through, and then everybody's caught up again for a while. That is fantastic. Excuse me. Okay, there it goes. Maybe it just hadn't updated yet, but it is definitely noticing that's growing now as well. It should be. Well, that went back up, okay. Maybe it's not going to go away just yet. So it's starting to grow. Even at that slow rate, it's starting to get up there in terms of population, which is nice for them. So yeah, doing pretty well. About halfway to repaying that loan I took out to build the Slenningville expansion. Well, I guess the expansion here and that one at the same time, I guess, is more accurate, but either way, we're about halfway to paying that back, which is fantastic. But it sure will be nice when we get some newer, more reliable vehicles, because I still can hear just so many breakdowns. And anywhere I move them out the map over, I'm hearing the thumping of a crash almost as often as the ka-ching of profit coming in, so it's a little harsh. Should probably put something over here, but I'd like to see this build up a little bit more first. Because it's not even quite as dense as this area here is, and this area is not really making me all that much either. The only reason this section's doing well at all is because of the traffic hauling in from Slenningville. I'll need to give that a bit more time to build up some more. Oh, I also see a road disconnected, which is a little silly of them. There we go. Silly little things, but they bother me. And there we go. We are back to debt-free. The way it should be. Excellent. Alright, well I'd say that's some fantastic things we've got going for this episode, so far so good. Managed to kill off the debt, twice in fact, and do some expansion that I was waiting on doing, and connect another whole city, so we're only halfway through the episode and we've already got major accomplishments, so I like it. Absolutely fantastic. Would kind of like to see my headquarters improve, but I guess I'm nowhere near that point yet. And apparently I've dropped back to 22 somewhere. Well, that sucks. I don't know what dropped. One of these must have dropped. Maybe the number of stations. Yeah, number of stations. I guess some of them are not being hit often enough to always count. And I, of course, have no idea which one it is it's talking about, so I don't know if I need more vehicles in the main loop, or if that means I need more vehicles on this road, or I'm not sure which one it's talking about, so I can't really fix it. But I'm guessing it's not this one, because these vehicles have got themselves spaced out pretty nicely. So I'm guessing it's not this one. But I don't know for sure. I can see I should probably go ahead and have some more vehicles soon. Although this side really can't support it, but the other side certainly can. It's really doing well, though. Doing really well. So maybe I should, after all. So let's go ahead and do that. Shares your orders. And that shares your orders. Excellent. Also took away all my money, but that's okay. They will pay for themselves very quickly. And that's all you can ask of them. Well, it looks like Jillian has returned as blue this time. Let's see if he actually does anything. I really don't like that he keeps choosing my cities to start in. Go somewhere else. But at least these are relatively far apart. And I do see already a vehicle going. So let's see if he's actually going to be some competition this time. Looks like he's doing just passengers, not freight this time, and that's fine too. I'll build a third station for freight. Where is its... Oh, down here. So you're going to haul, I'm assuming mail, down here, from here. Or maybe valuables. Oh wait, that's me, never mind. I was trying to get at his. Where is his station? Is that this here? No, that's his passenger one. Where? Oh, you don't have anything feeding it yet. Well, I'm assuming it's going to be for mail, but I'm also assuming it's not going to do that well. But we'll give him some time and see how it goes. I certainly don't mind the competition. That is not a problem at all. If I didn't want competition, I wouldn't have even put AIs in. Right. Okay, yeah, it's doing fine. I know it goes up and down on its own. It worries me when I look at it several times in a row and it's gone down every time, but it's gone back up a couple times now, so it must be doing okay. No need to freak out yet. It's doing fine so far. It's actually doing not too bad. Still can't quite pay for itself yet, but it's definitely doing better than it was last time. So, I'm assuming though the other one is, yeah, doing not even trying. Not even trying. I think it only understands trains, and I think that's, or trains and later buses. So I don't think it knows how to deal with the horse-drawn vehicles yet, so it probably won't do anything until much later. But that's fine too. I'm also waiting for trains. I really like trains. That's when we start making the serious long hauls and serious money. Isn't that an interesting little bit with no road connection? Not sure what, again, the engineers of this city were doing at the time, but apparently not well. There we go. That also might have been what White Dragon's 1414 was talking about. Not sure, but either way, as I see them, I fix them. But I don't really have the best of vision, so I do count on you guys to help me in comments if you see anything that I've missed, and there will be, I'm sure. Just leave me a comment and I'll get it fixed. I don't even pretend to have good vision, even with these silly glasses on. Without them, I'm not even entirely sure I'd see that I have a monitor, and with them on, I see a lot of blurry things, so it's not easy being blind. So. Yeah, I think my little empire here is really starting to take off now. Making a good 20k a year. Completely debt-free. It's good stuff. Even with the added costs of vehicle renewals, we still pull down nearly 10, so... Like I say, once we get better vehicles at some point, I don't know when that occurs, but once that happens, we'll be laughing. Do we have boats yet? Nope. Don't have boats yet. I can almost guarantee we don't have planes yet. Nope. Makes sense. And we probably don't have trains yet either. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember when any of those become available, but I'm sure it's still a little ways to go yet. Yeah, okay, so it is just a mail setup they've got. Even though this one happens to be near the bank, they're not likely actually doing anything with that. In fact, at this point, I think they're still just doing passengers. So I'm not entirely sure why I even bothered building the two mail post offices there. I don't see a point. It's not even using them, so it's just paying property maintenance on them for absolutely no reason. Because we basically half that property maintenance, meaning it just keeps the two freight stations, you know, saves itself about 2,200 bucks. You know, it's almost profitable at that point. Other than the loan would still be too much for it, but just in terms of just sheer running, it gets pretty close at that point. I think it would still be failing overall, but it would be really, really close. So, but what it needs to do is add a few more vehicles, particularly freight vehicles, so it can actually get value out of these. But it just really needs to just get a couple more vehicles. I'm not sure why it isn't. I really don't know. Unless by competition it thinks its job is to show me what not to do. That's okay though. I already know what not to do. I failed many, 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 many times at this game. I know exactly what not to do. I'm very good at what not to do. So. And I'm not sure the way it's got the route set up is good, since it's using this as a turnaround point. That seems a little bit weird to me, that it can't find anywhere to turn around in between here. I also don't know where it placed its depot. That also might be part of the problem. Its depot might be buried over here somewhere in this mess. Or I have no idea, I can't see anywhere near that well. Probably use a road connection there. That's a little better. See, it's not like last time. The first time it tried with the previous company, the one when it was in red, it had a station up here somewhere, but the road wasn't connected. So I paid to connect the road for it, but it still didn't end up using it very well. But that's not the case this time, because it's definitely on a well-connected road. Like, there's pathway all the way up. It's a bit convoluted, but there's absolutely pathway. You can see the road. I just kind of trace with the mouse there. Like, it could definitely make it. So it's choosing not to bother buying freight vehicles, and I don't know why that is. Such a silly computer. But it's definitely, like, if it just had a few more vehicles, it would definitely be doing fine. Silly thing. But anyway, not my problem. Wow, very nice. Of course, they love me, which is nice. This one's probably very similar. Yep. Excuse me. Alright, we're raking in the bucks. So I guess we can start thinking about where the next major expansion will be. Could go over to Tonby, although it's a little small. There's several little cities here, but again, they're all pretty small. Ronpool being here, the biggest of the lot, which I could connect straight to Plendon, I guess. That would be a pretty short run. And it is then, in turn, connected here, so it would all be, I mean, it'd be a convoluted network, but people in Ronpool then could theoretically get to Lewishhaw. Which is really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get, eventually, you know, every place connected to every place, no matter how convoluted the route may be. You know, that whole all roads lead to Rome idea. So maybe that's what we'll do next, is connect Ronpool to Plendon. That would make some sense to me. Alright, let's do that. And again, we'll just do this by road, because it's just basically a bus connection. Okay, now you have a road all the way to here. So we'll need to connect said road to our existing Plendon station. And mail as well. Excellent. And over here, I guess I'm going to have to kind of do it on these corners because there's no single path. You can't place it on one where there's a T-junction, so I either have to place them both here or one here and one here. And I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just place them both here. That'll do. That will do nicely. That's you. Excellent. And we'll need a depot somewhere along the route. This little jut here, that I don't know why that's there, but that makes a perfect excuse to make it look like it was deliberate, which I do like to do. It's always nice to make things look deliberate. Alright. Okay, so again, we need passengers, and we'll again use that 6-horse. And mail. Mail. Thank you. Will also be a 6-horse. Okay. And you will go from that depot through New Ronpool and back here to Plendon. And you will do the same. And I should make sure there's a spot for turnarounds on both ends. Let's do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. So they kind of come in here along here. Yeah, there's really no good spot right now for them to turn around, is there? So this is all built up. Which means right now they would have to go all the way around this way. And I don't think that's avoidable. Because, yeah, there's too much build up here. Okay, so on that side it's going to be very slow. On this side, how's it going to be? They'll be coming in down here and up here. So if we cut up here... In fact, why don't we just cut all the way across like that? So it's a very wide circle, but it is absolutely workable. Okay, you are the passenger one. So you are Ronpool to 2 ends in Plendon. Plendon passenger. You are New Ronpool to Plendon mail. Excellent. And again, let's start with one of each of them. They're now shared. And you are now shared. Excellent. Green to go on all. And we'll keep a couple up here so we can watch them go. And let's go. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, that is a pretty short trip, so they should, even with this long turnaround on this side, they should still be able to get back and forth relatively quickly, which would be nice. And Plendon itself is plenty busy enough. Yeah, plenty busy enough. That won't be a problem at all. Probably should actually just clone a whole bunch more, but for now that'll do. Yeah, it's a brutal long turnaround, which I'm not a big fan of, but I don't think it's avoidable at this point unless I blow up some buildings. I don't really want to do that. City Council tends to frown upon such things. Okay. Neuron pool itself. Actually, I really could clone a few more right off the bat, because both sides clearly can support more, so let's do that real quick here. So let's have another male. Actually, let's have 2 more male. And 1, 2, 3 passenger. Nope, 2 then. 2 you say. 2 will be fantastic, thank you. Yes, okay, thank you very much. Alright. Male one, so we need to copy off of a male one. Thank you. You are also a male one, so we need to copy off of a male one. Excellent. You're a passenger one, you need to copy off a passenger one. You're now shared, excellent. Where'd the other one go? Right up here. You need to copy off of passenger one. Excellent. Okay, you are all green to go. So off you go. Beautiful. That will help bring this down a fair bit. It's still going to be very busy, but it'll be a lot better. And this side, there's just no way I'm keeping up with this. Not a chance. That's not happening anytime soon. But clearly these will be, again, nice tidy profit. Not crazy high, but definitely profitable. And there's nothing wrong with that. Well, good. I think we're bumping up the time control, but I think we did really, really well this episode. We got 2 completely new cities connected, Slenningville and New Ronpool. We expanded Salon Haven a little bit over to the north section here. Cleaned up some broken roads here and there. There may be more yet, but we cleaned up the ones that I saw. And we are completely debt-free, while simultaneously making good bucks. Excluding the 52 here, we're on track to make about 20 so far this year, and it's only halfway through the year, so I'd say things are looking pretty good, so we'll call that an excellent spot to put a cut in for this episode. I'd like to thank everyone for watching today, and until next time, folks, stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching!